Hi children, Namaste. Welcome to the class. Today in this video we are going to discuss about interior of the earth or internal structure of the earth. Today our topic is the internal structure of the earth. Dear children, in the previous video we have discussed about origin of the earth. We have learnt our earth was began to form some 4.5 billion years ago. And we have also learnt that atmosphere was formed on this earth and the life was began in the oceans. Slowly, bacteria, viruses, plants, insects, birds and animals, including human beings, one by one came into existence on this earth. Our beautiful homeland, the earth, is a dynamic planet. It is constantly undergoing changes inside the earth as well as outside the earth. These changes made this earth into a beautiful planet. We can see the changes that are happening outside the earth, but we cannot see inside the earth. Why? Because we do not go inside the earth. On the earth's surface there are continents and oceans and different countries and different landforms are there on this earth's surface. Dear children, we know more details about the earth's surface. Why? Because we can go anywhere and any place very easily, and we can also study them perfectly and clearly. So we know more details about the earth's surface, but we do not know what is there inside the earth. Why? Because it is not possible to go inside the earth, because the earth is too hot to reach inside the earth. Dear children, then how to study the interior of the earth? How do we know what is there inside the earth? What materials are there inside the earth? Which methods do we use to study the interior of the earth? To study the internal structure of the earth, the scientists have been studying the following methods. The scientists observed carefully the borewells, mines, earthquakes and volcanoes. I am repeating once again: borewells, mines, earthquakes and volcanoes. They have doing different experiments, and while extracting the minerals from the mines, and while the earthquakes and volcanoes occurred in different areas. So all the scientists gathered the information and analyzed the data carefully. It took many years for the scientists to figure out what was there inside the earth. After hard work and years of scientific investigation and analysis of data, scientists are understanding about the interior of the earth. We knew that the earthquakes can be destructive, but we also learn from them. If we study seismic waves which comes from the earthquakes, we will know more details about the interior of the earth. These seismic waves contain vital information about the internal structure of the earth. The moments ago we discussed already, the mines also helped the scientists to study the interior of the earth. So the scientists observed the mines carefully and analyzed the data. Then we will know what is there inside the earth. Dear children, do you know which is the deepest mine in the world? Anglo Gold Ashanti's Mponeng Gold Mine is the world's deepest mine in the world. It is located in the Johannesburg city in South Africa country. It is currently the deepest mine in the world. It is about 4 kilometers deep. The depth of the mine is 4 kilometers. See children, this is the Mponenge gold mining area. It is located southwest of Johannesburg city in South Africa. Here, the miners extract gold from this mine. So, currently, it is the deepest mine in the world. It is located in the country of South Africa. When we dig the bore well, we will see different particles will come outside of the earth. First the dust, and next different layers of the soil and small pebbles, then after the rocks, and after water will come outside of the earth. By observing these materials, the scientists understood what was there inside the earth. Dear children, we knew already. Generally, we dig the bore wells for two reasons: for groundwater and for natural gases. To extract the groundwater and the natural gases from the soil, we dig the bore wells into the ground. Generally, from the natural gas, we will get petroleum, diesel, kerosene, and etc. products. So we will get these products from the natural gas. To extract the natural gas from the earth, the engineers have dug deep bore wells in the oceans. So they have dug very deep bore wells into the ground. In search for oil like natural gas, engineers have dug a hole about 6 kilometers deep into the ground. Till today, the engineers have dug 6 kilometers deep hole into the ground. Dear children, do you know the deepest borehole in the world? The deepest borehole in the world is Kola Super Deep Borehole. It is the deepest man-made hole on earth and deepest artificial point on earth. The depth is 40,230 feet or 12.262 kilometers. That means 12 kilometers 262 meters. Dear children, it is located in Russia. This borehole was closed already 30 years ago. Why? Because there is too much hot inside the earth. Why the temperature is too much hot inside the earth? Dear children, suppose this is the earth. If we go higher altitude from the earth's surface, for every 1000 meters height, the temperature will decrease at the rate of 6.4 degrees Celsius. So the temperature will decrease when we go higher altitude from the earth surface. If we go from earth surface to inside of the earth, deep into the earth, from earth surface to inside the earth, for every 32 meters of depth, the temperature will increase 1 degree Celsius. So the temperature will increase 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters. First 32 meters 1 degree Celsius, and the next 32 meters 2 degrees Celsius, and next 32 degrees meters 3 degrees Celsius, and so on. So the temperature will increase for every 32 meters 1 degree Celsius. So when we go deep into the earth, the temperature will increase too much. What we have understood, children? If we go deep inside the earth, the temperature will increases. The temperature increases. If we go higher altitudes from the surface of the earth, the temperature decreases. So when we go inside the earth, the temperature increases. When we go outside of the earth, higher altitude of the earth, the temperature decreases. Dear children, can you guess the temperature of the earth center? Don't know? I will explain. Dear children, the earth center is too much hot. Its temperature is nearly 6000 degrees Celsius. I am repeating once again. At the center of the earth, the temperature is 6000 degrees Celsius. The temperature at the center of the earth is the same as at the surface of the sun. Inside the earth, the temperature is 6000 degrees Celsius, and the surface of the sun, the temperature is as equal as 6000 degrees centigrade. So it is too difficult to study the internal structure of the earth due to high temperatures, and there are no ways to reach deep into the earth. Anyhow, the scientists figured out what was there inside the earth. Finally, we knew some details about internal structure of the earth. Let's discuss what are they. What is the earth made up of? Just like an onion, the earth is made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. See children, when we cut the onion, we may see different layers. So as like the onion, the earth is also made up of different layers. The earth is made up of three main layers: crust, mantle, and the core. I am repeating once again. The earth is made up of mainly three layers. They are crust, mantle, and the core. Dear children, the core is divided into two parts: its outer core and the inner core. The size of each layer is different. The crust forms only 1% of the volume of the earth, and the mantle occupies 16%, and the core occupies 83%. So the crust is 1%, mantle is 16%, and the core is 83% of the earth's volume. So if we compare the earth with the egg, the size of the earth crust is as equal to the shell of the egg. The mantle is the white colored one, and the core is the yellow colored one. These layers are in different stages. The crust is a silicate solid, the mantle is a viscous molten rock, the outer core is a viscous liquid, and the inner core is a dense solid. What is called crust? The outer part of the earth on which we live is called the crust. We have already discussed about this crust, how it was formed. While the earth was boiling in a molten form, the lighter particles cooled up at the top and formed the layer of the crust. The crust mostly consists of various kinds of rocks. This layer goes up to a depth of 100 kilometers. So the thickness of the crust is 100 kilometers. The crust is the thinnest of all the layers. The crust is two types: continental crust and the oceanic crust. Continental crust is located in the continents, and the oceanic crust is located beneath the oceanic water. So the continental crust thickness is 35 kilometers approximately, and the oceanic crust is approximately 5 kilometers. That means the thickness of the crust varies in the range of 5 to 30 kilometers in the case of oceanic crust and 50 to 70 kilometers in the case of continental crust. In some cases, the continental crust can be thicker than 70 kilometers in the areas of major mountain systems. It is as much as 70 to 100 kilometers thick in the Himalayan region. So the continental crust thickness in the Himalayan region is 70 to 100 kilometers. So the thickness of the crust is various from place to place. It is not same everywhere. There are different chemicals in the crust. The crust mainly consists of silica and alumina. Crust is formed mainly with silica and alumina. That is why it is called Sial. Sial means silica and alumina. Si means silica, Al means alumina. So that is why the crust is called Sial. The crust is consisting mostly silicates, but there is a variation. The continental crust mainly consists of silica and aluminium, so that is why it is called Sial. The oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. It is therefore called Sima. So the continental crust is called Sial and the oceanic crust is called Sima. The moments ago we discussed already, the crust mostly consists of various kinds of rocks. The oceanic crust is made up of mainly basalt rocks and the continental crust is made up of granite rocks. I am repeating once again. The oceanic crust is made up of basalt rocks and the continental crust is made up of granite rocks. Dear children, what we have understood about the crust? The crust is the outer part of the earth's surface which we live on it. The crust is mostly consists of various kinds of rocks and the depth of the crust is 100 kilometers. Dear children, the second layer of the earth is the mantle. The mantle is between the crust and the outer core. I am repeating once again. The mantle is between the crust and the outer core. The mantle is about 16% of the Earth's volume. So the second layer of the Earth mantle occupies 16% of the Earth's volume. It exists at the depths from 100 kilometers to 2900 kilometers. So the thickness of the mantle is nearly 2900 kilometers. Dear children, we have already discussed how this mantle is formed, how the earth was formed. While the earth was boiling in a molten form, in a molten stage, the less heavier particles settled in the middle between crust and core, and this middle part is formed into a mantle. The mantle is mainly consists of silica and magnesium. So the mantle is mainly made up of with silicates and magnesium. So that is why it is called Sima. Sima means silica and magnesium. Si means silica and Ma means magnesium. Dear children, we discussed already the oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. The mantle also mostly consists of silica and magnesium. So, oceanic crust and the mantle mostly formed with silicates and magnesium. The average temperature of the mantle is nearly 3000 degrees Celsius. The average temperature of the mantle is 3000 degrees Celsius. The upper part of the mantle is a pliable layer. Pliable means soft. The material in the mantle is so soft. It is not in the liquid form and it is not in the solid form. It is very soft. The upper part of the mantle layer is weighing total weight of the crust. So the crust is floating on this mantle as the boat floats on the water. The mantle is the main reason for the formation of the landforms which we are seeing on the crust. The mountains, plains, plateaus, valleys and different types of landforms are formed by this mantle. That means the mantle plays a very important role in determining the landscape of the earth. The mantle not only helps to form the landforms on the crust, it also helps to drive the plate tectonics, and it is also contributing to volcanoes, seafloor spreading and earthquakes. So the mantle is the main reason for the above activities. Dear children, the third layer is the core. The core exists at the depths from 2900 kilometers to 6376 kilometers. Dear children, I am repeating once again. The depth of the core is 2900 kilometers to 6376 kilometers. The core is composed of dense and heavy substances like iron and nickel. I am repeating once again. The core is made up of mostly with iron and nickel. The moment ago in this video we have discussed already that the core can be divided into two sub-layers. They are outer core and inner core. See children, the yellow colored part is called outer core and the white colored part is called inner core. %83% of the Earth's volume is made up of core, both inner core and the outer core. So the core occupies 83% of the Earth's volume. Let us study about the outer core. The outer core surrounding the inner core, it lies between 2900 kilometers and 5100 kilometers below the Earth's mantle. The outer core is composed of iron mixed with nickel and traces amount of lighter elements. The outer core is in the liquid form. Why? Because the outer core is not under enough pressure to be solid. So it is liquid even though it has a composition similar to the inner core. Next, look into the inner core. The solid inner core extends from 5100 kilometers to 6376 kilometers. We have already discussed it. The inner core is made up of mostly with iron compounds and heavy substances like gold. The inner core is generally believed to be composed primarily of 80% iron and some some nickel. So that is why the inner core is called Fe. Ni means nickel, Fe means ferrous. Ferrous means iron. So the inner core is called Fe. Dear children, do you know the inner core spins very faster than the surface of the earth, and it also creates a magnetic field. Scientists have determined the temperature near the earth's center to be 6000 degrees Celsius. Children, we have already discussed the temperature near the earth's center is 6000 degrees Celsius. At 6000 degrees Celsius, the iron core is as hot as sun's surface. Due to high temperature and pressure, the mantle and the core always be active inside the earth. The matters like magma, the hot molten rocks from deep inside the mantle shoots up through volcanoes and fissures on ocean floors and cools down to form the earth's crust. For example, see the volcano. The volcano is erupting gas, dust and lava. Due to high temperature and pressure, the mantle shoots up the magma and it comes onto the surface of the earth and cools down slowly and formed into a crust. Sometimes in many regions on the earth, the earth's crust enters into the mantle. When the crust enters into the mantle, it changes into a liquid, hot liquid form due to high pressure and high temperature inside the earth. So, due to high temperature and high pressure, the mantle comes onto the surface of the crust and the surface of the crust goes into the mantle. So this is the continuous process. So this constant process of formation and destruction of the crust explain us the fact that the earth is still very active. So by these processes, what we have understood, the earth is still very active. Dear children, how can we say the earth is still very active? What are the proofs? Just now we have discussed already. By observing earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, landslides, we can say the earth is still very active. To understand this phenomena, let's watch the videos.
హైదరాబాద్ బోరబండలో భూమి కంపించింది. సైట్ 3లో కొన్ని సెకండ్ల పాటు భూమి కదిలింది. భయంతో ఇళ్ల నుంచి జనాలు బయటకు పరుగులు తీశారు. భూమి నుంచి భారీ శబ్దాలు రావడంతో జనాలు తీవ్ర భయాందోళనకు లోనయ్యారు.
Dear children, by watching these videos from these examples, what we have understood? The earth is very active. The earth is still very active. And when we observe the crust on which we live is still being changed by earthquakes, volcanoes, subduction of land rise of mountains due to processes happening deep down inside the earth. Dear children, this is about the internal structure of the earth. So what we have understood? The earth is made up of mainly three layers. They are the crust, mantle and the core. Till today, the earth is very active and there are some changes going on every day on the earth and inside the earth.